Hello guys, I'm Ram. I'm a second year MBBS student in Stanley Medical College, Chennai. I make videos on NEET, MBBS and productivity. Since I haven't made videos for the past 50 days and I will get an award for not making that. The only reason I didn't make videos for the past 50 days because my interest was not towards making videos and I was interested in some other things and I was gaining knowledge more about that. Without any further ado, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to talk about is post-NEET inertia. I guess many of you will be really familiar with this term, and I'm in my second year, and almost 5 months into my second year. It was just now, some few days back, I came out of post-NEET inertia. Just think how much negative impact I got due to the post-NEET inertia. It is really dangerous. So what you should do is get out of it as soon as possible. The first tip I can suggest you is don't start reading from books. Maybe you can start watching videos so that you're not actively getting into the studies, so that you won't get bored easily and take a long break from studying. So instead, if you start watching videos in the beginning of your MBBS, it will be more like you're watching it passively, but yet you'll be gaining knowledge. And watching videos is more easier than learning from books, right? So that will be one of the important tip I can give you. And now let's say you have completed your English course program and you're sitting in a lecture or attending the actual lecture, and you see the teachers are going through slides as fast as they can, and they're completing 40 pages or 40 to 50 pages of information in a single hour. And if you try to learn like 40 pages of information all by yourself, and even if we keep some 5 minutes per page, it will take you 200 minutes, which is more than 3 hours. And they complete more than 3 hours of content in just 1 hour. Do you think it is humanly possible to acquire all the content just by hearing? Yeah, you can remember some of the important points from the lectures, but it's not humanly possible to remember all that in 1 hour. So what you should do is, the first thing I would like to tell you is, you cannot concentrate 1 hour completely throughout from the beginning to the end of lecture, because science has shown that our brain is actively listening just for 25 to 30 minutes, and sometimes we sit for lectures as long as 4 hours. On Thursdays we have classes from 1 to 5 in the evening, and it's really difficult to just sit for 4 hours without moving. So what kind of tip I can give you is that you don't have to actively listen to the lecture, but just see what are the important points highlighted in the lecture slides, and maybe you can have a small note and note it down. And when you start your self preparation, when you start reading in the book, you can mark it down in your own book. And the next thing I should say is, you will gain actual information from self learning and not completely from the lectures. Now let's get into one of the dreaded part of MBBS, the exams. So what people do is, they spend all the month before the exam partying and enjoying, and they sit 2 or 3 days before the exam trying to mug up all the information. And the correct term to say that is cramming. They start cramming up just the night before the exam. And I too did that. I have cramming up before the exam my entire first year and some part of my second year too. It's really first thing. It's really frustrating. It tenses you up. It's not good for your health, and it only improves. Not only improves, it just stays in your memory for short term. It doesn't get into your long term memory, so it's typically a waste of time. Don't cram before the exams. Learn slowly in a steady pace, and if you want, make notes or make questions, and there are plenty of other useful methods I'll be talking about in the near future, which I'm trying to implement in my own educational routine. So keep that in mind. Don't cram before the exams. Start at least some 10 days before the exam, Start slowly, and about some 3 or 4 days before the exam, you will have enough time to revise, because sometimes you'll not be having time to even complete the portions for the first time. So you'll always need some buffer time before the exam is near. So always have some buffer time before you write the exams. So this is the one of the most important concept I was waiting to tell you people. It's the 5-minute rule. So what is the 5-minute rule and when should you use it? So when should you use the 5-minute rule? And let's say you're tired, not physically, mentally tired from learning, but still you have to learn because you have an exam in 2 days. So no matter what, you're the person who has to learn. You have to do it anyway. But still you're not having the motivation to start learning. What can you do in such a situation? Use the 5-minute rule. So now what is the 5-minute rule? You say to yourself and set an alarm for 5 minutes, and you tell yourself that I'm going to take my book, study for 5 minutes and 5 minutes only. After the alarm goes off, you are going to ask yourself, okay, am I going to continue learning, or am I going to close the book and scroll down Instagram or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or anything? 99% or even sometimes 100%, what will happen is that once you start reading for 5 minutes and ask yourself, should I close the book? The answer will be no. I start learning, I will continue learning for some 1 hour, 90 minutes or so. So this is one of the most effective method that you can do to start learning. So when you are already not in the state of learning, you are in the inertia of taking a rest. So your mind says that, okay, I am now taking rest, I wish to continue taking rest. But once you start learning, your mind breaks the state of inertia to learning. So I was learning for 5 minutes and I now have to continue learning for some more minutes, maybe 30 or 60 or 90 minutes. And this is how you can trick your brain into learning. And I have did this so many times, and I do this every time. Even now, before shooting this video, I was really not in the mood for shooting a video. But I said to myself, I'd sit down 5 minutes before my laptop, go through the script, and after that, I'll tell myself, do I want to take the video or do I want to watch some movie? And my option was to shoot the video, and right now, here I am publishing this video. So it's a really powerful tool that you can use to trick your brain into learning. The next topic we are going to talk about is the attendance, and I can tell very openly and I'm not ashamed to tell about that. I'm not a person who can tell you go to college every day. That's because I don't go to college every day. I think there are valid reasons why I take leave often from colleges, and I won't consider it bunking, because there are people who simply take leave from college, but I'm not the kind of person who takes simply just for fun. The first thing is, one day I'll get up very excited going to college and I'll go to my clinical posting, and that day nothing will happen. Not even a single fact will be taught that day, and even the theory classes as usual, it will be damn boring. And I'll come home and I'll think, why did I even get up today to go to college? So that's why the next day I don't go to college, because I am excited to go to college, but if nothing happens in the college, how will I be excited to go to college the next day? But I still go many of the days, because if I need to go through my second year, I need to attend college. So that's one of the reasons I have to go just for attendance. There are many days I have gone to college just for the attendance sake. And if we ask MBBS students, at least 90% of the people attend lectures just because for the attendance, not because they are there to study. It's an open truth I can admit, because it's the truth. But even though I take leaves occasionally or often sometimes, I maintain my attendance, which is some 85% for theory and 80% for practicals. So whatever happens, I always maintain my attendance percentage, because if you don't maintain your attendance percentage when you are nearing your university exam, the departments will not let you attend the university exam just because you don't have enough attendance. And when others are preparing in the study holidays for the exams, you will be called to the college and just sit simply so that they can mark present for you. So this will happen if you don't maintain your attendance percentage. And just like money in college, attendance is a very important resource. You should use it very preciously, especially. And most of the guys, when they take leave, it's either before the exam or when they go to home on a when they get a weekend off, like Saturday, Sunday. If they get a weekend like that, they may take the Friday leave and they go to the hometown for 3 days continuously. They either take for that, or people like me and some other guys, we take holidays 1 or 2 days before the exam so that we can learn and revise all the concepts. So these are the reasons we take holidays for. So use your attendance. And once again, sorry for not making videos for the past 50 days, and please like, comment and share the videos and subscribe to the channel. Until then, this is Ram signing off from the White Cape Hero.